Hi, Jim Gore from THOR Investment Management. Trump came out yesterday saying that he's going to raise tariffs on steel by 25%, on aluminum by 10%. And some people are surprised by this. That is amazing because he's only been talking about it since the first day he started to run for office. And we shouldn't be surprised about him raising these tariffs. The question is, what impact will these tariffs have? Well, first it's important to look at history, and then we'll talk about where we think these tariffs will lead. A lot of people are comparing this to the Smoot-Hawley tariff tax back in 1930. What I want to show here is that it might have had an impact, but it wasn't everything. Let's look at this chart that looks at marginal tax rates going back to 1919. As you can see, they were very high earlier on, and actually they were 58%, highest marginal tax rate when Calvin Coolidge came in. He lowered those to 24% by 1929. That was the roaring 20s. We had taxes go down and people had money to spend. Then in 1930, after the stock market crashed, they came out with the Smoot-Hawley tariff, which raised tariffs around the globe. Well, the tax rate at that time was 25%, and it did cause a recession. There's no question about it. But what's more importantly is if you look at what happened in 1932 when FDR came in, he actually made it go from a recession to a depression because we saw marginal tax rates jump from 25% to 63%, and actually by the end of the war, the top marginal tax rate was 94%, so you only got to keep 6% of your earnings. This is a totally different today with Trump. He is putting these tariffs on, but he has just reduced taxes, and so it actually might be a wash. We don't know how that's going to come out. But what we really think is going to happen with the Trump tariffs is inflation is going to come back. Why? Because steel and aluminum are going to cost 15-20% more because this costs are going to be passed on to consumers. On top of that, last podcast we talked about what was going on with truck drivers. Actually, a report that came out today from Journal of Commerce that truck driving rates have gone up from 17 to 25% over the last year. That tariffs is going to add to inflation, and it's important that you have a big part of your portfolio that is there to protect you from inflation.